Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Javante, aka J Don. If you are new to my channel, even if you're not new to my channel, make sure you please leave a like and go ahead and subscribe to my channel, because I feel like in the very near coming future, I have just gotten a liking to doing unboxing and reviews on products, new products and products that I do use on a everyday basis. But today, as you see by the title, I will be doing an unboxing slash review on olive oil no lie relaxer. As of right now, this is my natural hair. If you look closely, this is like the new growth all right here. And if you don't know what a relaxer is, it's pretty much quote unquote what people like to call a perm. A perm, or relaxing your hair, is you're making your hair do something that it wasn't born, or that's not natural for it to do. So in my case, my natural hair, I'll put a picture somewhere right here or zoom it in somehow, but that is my natural hair. And right now I just want to unloosen the curls, and then I'll put another picture right here, zoom in, okay, of how I like my hair to normally look. So again, just have a closer look. I just want to open up and unloosen these curls to achieve that look that I just showed you. So I'm actually used to using the product by Motions. Their relaxer is really good. My mom is a licensed cosmetologist, so for the most part she always just gave me the hookup and either did it for me or just gave me the stuff, because I've been relaxing slash perming my hair for so many years. I know what I'm doing. But I've never used this product personally on my own. So I just want to see how this goes. Hopefully I get the same results, if not better, and here we go. So I'm about to open this up. On the back it says this kit contains 9 items, including 1 pair of gloves, 1 mixing stick, step-by-step instructions. Here's a picture of all the stuff that they say it comes with. You can pause it, screenshot it, whatever you need to do. But like I said, for the most part, I'm pretty familiar with relaxing my own hair on my own. And just to put a disclaimer out there, if you don't know what you're doing, make sure you please get help from someone who does know what they're doing, or someone that is also a licensed cosmetologist, because this is a chemical. It can potentially be dangerous to your skin. If you leave it on too long, for one, you're in a sense damaging your hair, because you're trying to achieve a different look. You're forcing your hair to do something that is unnatural. So let's see. First thing I took out is the jar of the relaxer base, and on the cap here it says, important, mix activator and base thoroughly, do not apply to hair until completely smooth and without lumps. Mix at least for 1 minute or more. Failure to mix thoroughly may cause scalp irritation, hair damage, and or hair loss, and of course we don't want none of that. So let's see. Here's the relaxer base. Here is the activator. I have seen my mom do this before in the past. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to open this up. Oh, it's cute how they have that. Okay, if you look close, this has a letter A on it. There we go. And this has a B right there. So of course you're going to be dumping this into this. And I guess there's a stick in here that they call a mixing stick. Yep. With the gloves included. Of course you're going to use the stick to mix up these ingredients, because it's called activator. I'm sure this is doing something to this to wake up the chemical to do what you want it to do. So yeah, I just pulled out olive oil wrap slash mousse set, hairstyling mousse. It says moisturizes, holds, and adds volume. This is pretty much after you relaxed your hair, washed it out, dried it, conditioned it, whatever you normally do, and possibly to style your hair, like give it a little extra whatever you're trying to do. Replenishing pack. Okay, it says penetrating hair conditioner, helps to increase moisture and repair damaged hair, because like I said, this is a chemical and you are doing something unnatural to your hair. So of course after you relax your hair, it's kind of like you just put your hair in a shock, you know? So I would definitely suggest you put this on their own product, or maybe if you're used to or prefer using another conditioner that can help keep your hair healthy, because hair care is important unless you just want your hair to fall out. Next we have Olive Oil Creamy Aloe Shampoo. Removes buildup while moisturizing, gently cleanses and neutralizes. This is very important. Do not skip this step. Even with other relaxers that I have used in the past, neutralizing shampoo is a must. Even if it's not the brand that comes with your relaxer, neutralizing shampoo, I'm gonna keep saying it, it's important. When you put the relaxer on, you have to let it sit for a while. The longer you put it, the longer it's gonna straighten or relax or open up those curls. But when you go into the shower or in the sink, wherever you're gonna wash your hair, you have to neutralize the state of your hair, because if you just wash it out with water or just wash it out with regular shampoo, it's not going to fully stop the chemical from doing what it's doing, and over time you're probably going to feel an itching or a burning sensation on your scalp, and over time your hair is most likely just going to fall out. Do we want our hair fall? Ain't nobody got. Okay, last thing it looks like I pulled out of here is incredibly rich oil moisturizing hair lotion, and yeah, it says protects against high heat conditions and imparts moisture to dry, thirsty hair. And yeah. So I'm sure this is just some extra, like we said. We want to keep our hair healthy because we are damaging it or doing something that shocks it or we're doing something unnatural to the hair. So we need to take care of it as best as we can, even though we're trying to achieve a certain look to look cute. So, oh yeah, so yesterday was my birthday. Shout out to all my Team Tauruses out there. And yeah, so another thing I want to add is that the day before yesterday, I got a haircut. As you can see, if you just recently cut your hair, especially along here where your lineup is, you want to avoid putting the chemical in those areas because your scalp is very, very sensitive, because it's kind of like it's an open sore, and putting a chemical on that, you might as well just die. It's just gonna burn and hurt a lot. So as a safeguard measure, I see they didn't include that in the box, but my mom being a cosmetologist, I know that it's important to either put Vaseline or shea butter or any kind of protective cream to put on the very edges of your hair and around your ears also. It depends on how much hair you have altogether, because of course mine is faded on the sides and I'm not going to relax this. There's just no point. But if you have longer hair, depending on the length of your hair, you're trying to relax more or most or all of it, and you want to protect your ears because your ears are exposed. That is a sensitive area as well. That's your skin. You don't want to burn that, because sometimes people, even myself included, have forgotten a certain area and you're wondering why throughout the day you're like, it's burning, you know? So I don't have Vaseline at the moment, but I do have shea butter, and that's what I'm going to use. I'm pretty good and confident at what I'm doing, but yeah, so you would just put it and line it up along the edges, but if not, definitely your ears. So I'm going to put a little bit of that on my ears. Right. And of course on the edges of the back of your neck, because when you're relaxing your own hair, it's very hard to see the back, obviously, unless you have eyes in the back of your head, or unless you're like a freak and can like reach all back there or whatever. But anyways, hold on, let me pause it. I'm going to get my other hand mirror. 1 second. Alright, so I'm back. I have put on my gloves and I have my mixing stick. One thing I totally forgot to mention was that inside of the box, it completely has a guide, a little direction thing that tells you from step 1 all the way to step whatever of how to properly relax your hair at home. Like I said, I pretty much know what I'm doing. I've been doing this for years. My mom was a licensed cosmetologist, so I'm going to do it in my own way, but at the same time I just want to walk you guys through it a little bit and educate you guys, plus show you the end results to see how, if I really like it or if I don't, or whatever, you know. So I'm gonna just skim through the guide. You will also need a comb or applicator. For example, I'm using a big tooth comb right here. Also, I would suggest you using a multi-purpose comb, because a multi-purpose comb, usually it has these kind of teeth on it, but then like the other half of the teeth are a little bit thinner, you know. So when you're combing this through your hair, you can make sure you're really working it in there. So you're definitely gonna, number one, need your gloves, because protect your hands, protect your skin. You need a comb to comb this through your hair. Hair oil used to base, which is pretty much what I just did, but they're referring to it as hair oil. A clock or timer, because like I said, you don't want to leave this on your hair too long. Use that to your own discretion, but we'll see what they say. And a towel. Yes, I do have a towel right here. That's because when you're putting the relaxer on, sometimes when you're combing it through, especially like in the back, like big chunks may fall. Your tongue twisted as hell, but some chunks are probably going to get on your ear or may even fall on the back of your neck. And you want to wear something that's not like your best outfit or super cute, because it's a chemical and fabrics react differently. So you want to put this around your neck like this, just to, you know, give yourself a little extra protection. Let's keep on skimming through this. Number one, put on gloves provided in kits. Pour entire contents of the activator B into the base, which is A. Mix thoroughly. Do not apply to hair until completely smooth without lumps. Mix for approximately 1 minute. Failure to mix thoroughly may cause scalp irritation, hair damage, and or hair loss. Obviously, we ain't trying to have none of that. They also say strand test. Cut a small section of hair from the back of head. Tape one end of the hair strands. If you're gonna buy this, you can go ahead and do that. If you're afraid, or ain't nobody got time for that. So the point is, I do want to definitely hit up my roots. Mostly that's where I'm gonna start, but I am just gonna work it through my whole hair, my whole head, just because I want to wake up and refresh this so it all kind of looks like they're on one accord, you know. For hair texture, they're saying if you have fine hair, the maximum time you want to leave it on is 10 to 12 minutes, medium 13 to 15 minutes, and resistant 15 to 18 minutes. The gauge that we're going to go with is anywhere between 10 to 20 minutes maximum. I would just suggest leaving it in there for 15 minutes, but what you definitely want to take into account is that if your scalp or anywhere on your skin starts burning, you just need to go ahead and try to rinse it out. If it starts burning a little bit, that's just letting you know that it has reached the scalp. But let me let you know, don't be afraid to let it touch your scalp, because you're just making sure that the relaxer gets all the way in there to your roots. Because if you're not combing it through properly, when you're done, you're gonna be thinking like, oh, okay, my hair is cute, but like you still gonna have trouble combing through it, you know, like, nah. So I would say leave it on for about a good 20 minutes. Like, don't be shy, like put it on, comb it through, walk around, like do some chores, listen to some music, eat a snack or whatever, and then go ahead and hop in the shower. It's just easy. Hop in the shower, start obviously washing your hair first. You're gonna have to wash it a few times with the neutralizing shampoo, and let's just get this going. Okay, so I should totally have like a table or something, but we can go ahead and open it up. Don't forget, read that disclaimer, make sure you know how to read and follow instructions and directions, because I don't want nobody coming back on my channel talking about I done got y'all burned. Nah. So when you open it up, it's gonna look like this. Very creamy. Doesn't smell like nothing. It looks like vanilla ice cream or something. It's not hot or cold, it's just very thick kind of. But let me tell you, for the most part, people who perm their hair on the regular, they know it has a very strong smell, and maybe I think that has something to do with the activator. So Let me see. See, there goes another little protective seal. Be careful with this. You don't want it to splash. Like the directions said, you want to make sure you pour the entire bottle in here and mix it well to the point where there's like no clumps. Down to the last draw. Okay. Alright, so. Oh! You know what? I wouldn't be surprised if this is a chemical called ammonia. I think it might be, because yeah. Don't sniff that, okay, this yellow stuff. I was just curious, but I'm pretty sure this could possibly cause you to lose some brain cells or something. So, yeah. So, it looks very weird. It looks like melted butter with like cream, no, sour cream. It's definitely mixing well though. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and speed up this portion of the video. Okay, so I'm making some progress. Like they said, there cannot be any lumps, which means that you did not mix the product well enough, and obviously we want the product to work well if we want it to work on our hair. They said approximately mix it up for 1 minute. It's definitely been longer than a minute because I want to make sure it's mixed well. See? So make sure you don't see any parts of the yellow liquid, the activator, just lingering around. And make sure you do scrape and get all the way to the bottom, because there's possibly some relaxer down there that you're just wasting. So I do also want to say, you don't necessarily need to use all of this. It just depends on how much hair you have. Obviously, because I don't have sides, I'm only, like I said, going to focus on my roots, which is the new growth of hair. And yeah, I'll put it in here, but I'm just going to let you know that I will cover all of my hair. And you want to make sure you comb it in there really good. So, yeah. You know what? I don't know what happened, but that smell like completely went away. Usually most perms or relaxers are like very, very strong. So if you're going to be doing this process in your bathroom and like washing yourself in the mirror, for example, leave the door open, because sometimes the smell can be very strong depending on what brand and how strong your grade of relaxer is. Like, don't pass out in the bathroom, because sometimes I will be relaxing my hair, jamming, listening to some music, and I'm like, damn, like I feel like I'm getting lightheaded, like I can't breathe in here. So leave that door open or have a fan running, because when you're relaxing your hair, it's low-key work. Like, you're going to be sweating a little bit. So it is now mixed pretty well. Let me get my comb and we're going to go ahead and start putting it on. You can use the stick, but I've never done that. Who does that? You're going to be using the comb or even your hands to scoop this out to apply it faster to your hair. So I'm just scooping it out with my comb. Make sure you kind of get the little edges right here, this little access, and just scoop it off, because those be the little pieces that be trying to fall off out of nowhere. Like I said, you can use the comb or your hands. But the point is, we want to start at our roots first. It is a little bit cold when you're applying it. Don't be afraid if you have short hair to get it a little bit on your edges. Like, it's all up to you. Like, well, how much or where are you trying to relax the hair at, you know? So also, like I said, I don't have eyes on the back of my head, so with me I have a handheld mirror that I can use to do the back. And of course, if you're doing this in your bathroom, which will be great, a lot of bathrooms have that medicine cabinet right next to your regular base mirror, so you can like open it up and turn, you know what I mean, just like that, so you can see what you're doing, you know. Because I can't see what I'm doing at this part, which I don't mind go ahead and showing y'all that as well, I'm gonna go ahead and use my hands. Just be careful when you're using your hands to make sure you don't go back and rub your face anywhere that's not your hair at this point. I feel like using your hand is just way faster, especially when you're dealing with the back, because you can't see the back. Rub it in there. See, look at that. Like, I'm just smashing it on in. I also want to point out that as you're putting it on there, and even when you start combing it through, you're going to start to see a change, you know, like as if your hair is doing something a little different. Don't forget, you want to make sure you have a timer on. You can either have the timer on when you start to apply it or after it's fully applied, and then you want to let it cook. This is a workout, I'm telling you. Okay, as of right now, you see what I'm saying? Like, I've used about 75% of what's in here. I'll say 70. But as you see, I've worked it in my hair pretty well. This is the part where now you want to comb it through because you want to make sure it's in there good. Let's see. Yes, my hand is dirty, but of course when you're done, or even while you're in the shower, make sure you wash your products good. Start at the roots, like we said, because that's where we are focusing. Be careful with this, because when you're combing it through, this is where random white chunks of relaxer like to pop off and splash on your forehead or splash everywhere else. Right now I'm just like waking my hair up with the comb, but of course you also want to comb it in the desired direction you want your hair to be when you're letting it sit. But right now I'm just combing it any way, which way, so it can be like, hey, we doing this. So generally I like to comb it all one way, let it sit like that for a minute or two, then I'll comb it all in the opposite direction. Another thing is that when you comb, you're gonna get the excess building up on your comb. Slap that back on your hair. Ooh. And keep on going. See? We're not trying to waste product. Whew. Man, my arm is tired. You see how with the comb now, I'm just easily able to just slide through all that like butter? Just let you know it's working. Look at that, look at that. Look at that. Lay it on down smooth. Which lets you know you've already worked through this area. And just go on to another section. See right here, it's a little kinked, so we're gonna keep on combing it through. Reapply the back of that product. lay it down. And keep it pushing. Oh, see what happened right here? Do you see what? But see, that's why we put our Vaseline, shea butter, whatever oil or whatever, because of course if you get it on there, go ahead and try to take it off, because you don't want to forget it's there. But look at that. And like I said, depending on how much hair you have, a person with a full head of hair that possibly even like reaches past their ear or shoulder length, this whole jar would have been used up. But since I'm rocking short hair right now, which I never, it's been many years. Believe it or not, I used to have long hair. I mean, long hair. Used to be in a ponytail, used to have the braids. Like I said, my mom caught. You see what happened? How this just jumped over? But yeah. And then I grew up and was like, my face looks soft and pretty as it is. And everybody thinks I'm gay. So I had to let that go. But if you want to get to know me a little more, I got a video for that. But we just talking about this relaxer though. What you can do too is that if you feel like every time you comb through your hair and you have too much excess, you could go ahead and just, let me show you an example. If it's just becoming too much extra, see what I'm saying? Look at all that. You could just put that back in your jar. The only difference is that, yes, you can see now, it's not like, oh my god, screaming, I'm losing hair. No, that's just dead hair. That's normal. But yeah, you can still use that, you know. Of course, the next time you use your relaxer, try to use that up first, you know. Chemical is chemical. But if you do end up saving any of the relaxer, I would say don't keep it longer than like 3 months or something, because after we took that white safety seal off the cap of it, let's go buy another one. So as you see, my hair is laid. Go ahead and use your hand and just smooth it down. Look how flat it is. At this point, I'm just going to go ahead and go in the shower because I don't want the older hair to be over processed. And when it's over processed, that's when it's most likely going to break off when you're combing it or trying to style it or whatever. Especially if you are a girl, or if you just use hot irons or curlers or whatever, you know, that's still extra damage to your hair, you know. I don't do that. I don't use curlers or flat irons, so I can afford to do this. And depends on what kind of other products you use to keep your hair healthy, conditioners. Yeah, so here's a good look. And I'm about to go ahead and get in the shower at this point. I will come back when I'm fresh out. Alright y'all, so I am back, and yes, obviously look at the smile on my face. I am pleased with how it came out, and I'm gonna go ahead and unveil it for y'all so we can see what we got. Yeah. Wow. Wow. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Yo. These curls are to die for. But yeah, you guys, like, look at this. I can rub my hands through my hair now. Like, I love it. love it. I love it. So it did come out a little too straight. Let me get my mirror. But at the same time, I'm just really loving it because we can't really see that. But okay, you see how it's kind of a little super straight in the back right here? But I mean, it's the back of my head. But still, like, it depends on how I style it as well. Which for the most part, I'm gonna just leave it like this. Like, this looks like I'm looking like a mixed baby. Well, I mean, I am. Like, my mom is African American and my dad is Filipino, from what I heard. But yeah, so I definitely highly recommend this product. No, this is not a paid or sponsored video. I just know it was time again for me to relax my hair, and I am very pleased. There's still a lot left over. About the hair washing that I do want to add is that when you wash your hair, they give you enough. Like the package, I've used some neutralizing shampoos where the consistency of it seems very thin or kind of watery, so you will have to wash your hair multiple times. But I used about like a quarter sized amount in the palm of my hand, and that just really lathered up. Like, my head was like full of suds, you know. So but still, so I still have some left over, and I only did one wash, even though most of the time when you're dealing with a chemical in your hair, you do want to wash your hair at least a minimum of 2 times. That is my review on the olive oil no lie relaxer normal. Like I said, you can pretty much catch it. It should be at everybody's Sally's, but don't come to Santa Ana looking for it because you ain't gonna find it. Walmart should have it. I got mine at Target, and yeah, very inexpensive. It should range anywhere between maybe $5 to $10 depending on where you're buying it, what state you live in. I'm sure you can probably order it on Amazon as well. Yeah, so any kind of links of where you can get it, or more affordable or reasonable price, I'll definitely put down in the description below. Again, thank you for watching my video. I'm Javante, aka J Daunt, and yeah, make sure you please like and give my video a big thumbs up because I really am trying to grow my channel. Yeah.